What is your initial response to his theory? Do you agree or disagree? Why? I agree with Robert Putnam's theory about social credit. His comments on the dying neighborhood community and the 10-pin bowling league paints a perfect picture on what is truly happening. With each generation and advancements in technology, the gaps between others grow and people start to lose interest in, say, socially interacting with those around them. This could be due to lots of things, like the use of social media, technology in general, or the more prevalent topic nowadays, politics. It's topics in medias like these that are driving people away from each other and are not allowing an actual bond to form. That's why, say, children look to video games more to interact with people rather than going up to someone and actually talking to them. To wrap this segment up, I do agree with Putnam's theory about social credit and his overall message. How does Putnam's theory relate to study of civics and political philosophies like we have learned about in this module, such as the works of Hobbes, Locke, Rousseau, and other social contract theorists? Putnam's study relates to other civic and political philosophers by saying how we, as people, should act towards one another. Every other philosopher that has been talked about tries to explain how people are and how they should act. Take Hobbes, for example. He believes that humans are naturally evil creatures, and the only way to get them to be civil is to have them all placed under a dictatorship-like rule. While Putnam's theory isn't as harsh or brutal as Hobbes, it's still similar in the sense that it tries to tell how society should be more connected than it is now. Share any example, anecdotes, or real-life experiences that illustrate your perspective on the topic. In my life, I have lots of examples of what Putnam is talking about, mainly with the fact that people are less connected nowadays and it's harder for them to connect. Throughout my years, I've always been online and able to talk to people on the internet, but at the same time, I went to school and had a normal social life. But once 2020 and the pandemic hit, we were all forced to stay inside. Pretty much everything changed. Now, back then, it made sense that everyone talked online and that's how things were done for a long time. But once we got back to normal, I found it especially hard to reconnect with people physically and became a lot more introverted than I had been before. And this all happened because of circumstance and not really because of a generational gap or advancement in technology. But at the same time, the ability to reconnect with others had been kind of lost. And I, like many others, like to stick to what we had become accustomed to during quarantine and didn't connect with people the same way.